Neighbors, today we're gonna break down how to make the classic Korean birthday meal. If you're Korean, ever since you're very young, your mom makes seaweed soup for you. And in the beginning, you're like, I'd rather have chocolate cake for my birthday. But after you have it year after year, it becomes like the default thing. And if you don't have it, you feel like
you're missing something.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like your birthday. At the Korean Mart, look for Miyeok. This is different from dashima, which is used to make broth. This one is the one we make for the soup. We're gonna use half a cup. I want you to pat it down and get it to the brim.
And then fill it up with cold water.
Let it soak for around 30 minutes. Now we already did this.
난 소리가 잘 안 나.
Katie, that only works if you have thick sausage fingers. 30 minutes later, it should be nice, and look how vibrant the color has become. It's fully hydrated now. Let's empty the water out. You can bless it with another quick wash. And then Katie, if we want the seasoning to go in, we want to squeeze the water out of this.
Okay, chef. Squeeze.
Squeeze like it's lemonade. If you didn't buy the pre-cut kinds, this is the time to cut it down into little bite-sized pieces. And with the seaweed soup, it tastes really good with some brisket. Put this in a paper towel and we're gonna get rid of any residual blood. This just makes the broth taste a lot cleaner. Just let it soak like that. You're probably working with a whole piece of steak, so just cut them thinly. Mine already came a little bit cubed, so it's harder to chop, but something thin. Small pieces. Oftentimes this soup tastes better the next day when it's been boiled multiple times, but with a few steps you can get that second boil taste on the first try. The first key step is that we want to stir fry the seaweed in some sesame oil and really bring out the flavor. That way we get deepness. Let's put this on a medium-high flame. We're going to drop in 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Get that in. Then let's put in our beef. If you're going vegetarian, just skip this step and put the seaweed straight in. Stir this around. Oh, it's beautiful. And as soon as they start to brown up, add in our seaweed. And then I want you to stir fry this around for 5 minutes. We want that seaweed to release its natural juices and start forming a little broth. While you're stir frying, we're gonna add in a teaspoon of salt, then half a tablespoon of soup soy sauce. If you don't have soup soy sauce, just use regular soy sauce, it's fine. Then stir fry everything for 5 minutes. This is a key first step in getting that deep flavor. And after 5 minutes, you'll see that the seaweed looks wilted down. We're gonna add 2.5 cups of water. That's 2.5 cups.
Wow, look at the color already.
Yeah, you see it already looks deep flavor. Now we purposely only added half of the water. We're gonna add 2.5 cups more, but we want it to boil in this reduced like mini broth first. So wait till it comes up to boil. We can raise the heat a little bit. We want it to come back up to boil. All right, and once this comes up to boil, just let it boil like this for 1 minute before we add more water. Now we're gonna add 2.5 cups more. The final, give it a mix around. Typically you don't add anchovy fish sauce to this Miyeok-guk, but I've tried it with it and it tastes so much deeper. Now let's add half teaspoon, that's a small tea of fish sauce. Now be careful here, we don't want too much, just a little bit to get that umami saltiness. And since we added 2.5 cups more of water, half a tablespoon of soup soy sauce. If you don't have soup soy sauce, just use regular soy sauce. And then of course, some fresh minced garlic at the end. I'd say about a tablespoon will be good. And now we're gonna put this to a low heat. Put a lid on it and let it gently cook away for 30 minutes. We need the full 30 minutes. Now this Miyeok-guk meal, it should be presented as breakfast. So when I was thinking about a banchan, I was thinking something breakfasty, something with eggs. Let's do 계란말이, which is rolled egg omelet. Typically growing up, you found this in your school lunchbox. Let's go. We're gonna crack in 5 eggs.
And a big pinch of salt. And a big pinch of sugar as well. Sugar is love.
Whisk it, whisk it, whisk it. Katie, what are you doing? Are you giving it a taste?
Yes.
It's not 30 minutes yet. You have to wait. We got 4 minutes and 44 seconds left. It tastes good already?
Seasoning is perfect. You know, usually the big mistake is that Miyeok-guk ends up being just feeling
like watery?
Watery, yes.
I know.
It doesn't have much seasoning.
Because you've made plenty of watery ones. Everybody in. Then one more mix. 4, 3, 2. 뜨거, 뜨거. Yes, very 뜨거. And neighbors, come take a look at our soup. Just look at the color of the soup and then the texture. This is like the day after Look. Wow, just take a look at this. I want to give a quick taste of the broth first and see where it's at. Oh my gosh. This is so amazing. Now I purposely under-seasoned this as I know everyone's palate is different. You can season the taste with a few pinches of salt or a little dash of more soy sauce. Conversely, if you cooked it on too high of a heat and the broth has reduced down too much and it tastes salty, simply add in a little bit more water. This soup is fail-proof. Wow. And now we're gonna put our frying pan on a low heat. Low heat, guys, low heat. Put a little bit of oil. Whoops, that's way too much. Get a paper towel into a small little thing. Basically, we just want a very small layer of oil. Since we're cooking low heat, if you have a lot of oil in the pan, the eggs are gonna just soak that all in and it's not so good. So we're gonna reuse this, so don't throw this away. Cook this in batches of 3. So around that much. Move this around the pan so that you get one layer down. All right, and then we're gonna just wait until it lifts off the pan. We'll carefully fold it. Carefully fold it again. All right, guys, and then another, and then we can scoot it back. And then Katie just helped me by putting a little bit more oil on this paper towel. Move it around the pan like that. Get another coating down. Put this layer down, another layer. You can tilt it so that it connects to that egg first. And then we continue. Give it a little flip. Looks beautiful. The little lip left. Same thing. Add a little bit of oil onto the paper towel like that, and then add the rest in. Then let's cook it on its sides for a little bit so that it can hold its shape. Flip this on its end. And what I recommend is cutting at a slight angle.
Ooh.
Beautiful, right? Oh man, we'll plate this up.
먹어야지. You should give it a try, Daniel, for all your hard work.
I'll try the in portion because they're ugly. It's how I remembered it as a kid. It's amazing. It's amazing. And now for the third banchan. You know your wife or partner better than I do. Well, hopefully. In Korea, a lot of women like the pollock roe, and we're gonna use that as our third banchan. Very simple, perfect for the mornings. But if your partner is into the fried 돈가스 in the morning, let her do her.
Or fish.
Or fish, yeah.
Alright, this is Myeonglan. In English, pollock roe.
You can find this fresh at the Korean market. This is the fresh one. It hasn't been frozen. But the frozen ones are really good too. You just leave it out at room temperature for maybe 20 minutes and they'll thaw quickly.
Open it up because the skin you don't want to eat. And then we just want to scrape it all out. Like this. Don't waste it. We're gonna add a good amount of sesame oil. You can be very liberal with this. I like a lot of sesame oil in my myeonglan, so I'm very generous. Sprinkle some gochugaru, Korean red chili pepper flakes. You can finish off with some green onions or scallops.
Scallions. And then of course a little bit of sesame.
This is perfect in the mornings, very light, just like a very nice banchan to rice.
I think we can do a little bit more sesame oil.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
You like that?
Yeah.
Banchan number 3, done.
All right, neighbors, it's time to bring everything together. Looks amazing. I'm gonna finish off with a little bit of extra soup. Wow, and just take a look at this beauty right here. Oh my goodness. Our little myeonglanjat, pollock roe to one side. All right, and don't be a bad partner. I know you made some rice in the background. Rice always goes on the left side. Don't worry, I always forget as well. Now this, my friends, is the classic Korean birthday meal. Myeonglan option.
Daniel, one thing.
What?
You forgot the choco pie.
Oh my gosh. Choco pie right here. This is the pinnacle of all chocolate cakes in Korea. We grow up eating this. Mine got squashed in the car, yeah, Daniel, but it's all right. So if you're watching this and it's your birthday, a happy birthday to you from Korea.
Happy birthday! 가자! 오!
생일 축하합니다. 에이.
생일 축하합니다.
에이.
Who's the name? 사랑하는
네이버들 생일
축하합니다.
축하합니다. Make a wish. May the choco pie make your wishes and dreams come true, y'all. Woo!
Daniel, let's start with the choco pie first.
Yikes! Woo! Choco pie!
So in Korea, we also say you don't age until you eat this bowl of Miyeok-guk.
Is that right? So do women strategically not eat this Miyeok-guk? Bon appetit! Alright, so typically we put this over the rice.
조금 섞어야지. 내가 보여주고 싶네.
All this small talk, you know the camera is still recording, right, Katie? And when I edit this, I hear all of it. Alright, and you can have it over the rice.
맛있겠다. Or have it on top of the 계란말이. 맛있어.
Those are happy eyes.